After losing over 40 pounds naturally and doing online workouts for the past 4 years, I have tried a lot of YouTube fitness. And some of them were great, some of them not so much. But today, I am going to share with you 5 hidden gems of YouTube workouts that you may not have heard of and that may change the game for you. So, whether you are bored with your current routine and you just want to shake things up, or if you are brand new and just looking for some cool channels to follow, this is the video for you. So if you're ready, let's get started. Today I have 5 to go over with you. The criteria for each of these channels is that they needed to actively be posting workouts. My other criteria was they needed to be less than 50,000 subscribers. And my other criteria was that I needed to be able to do these workouts at home, of course, like I would normally do. So those are sort of my 3 criteria for each of these YouTube programs that I was following. I'm going to spend the week doing that. I'm going to get started today with a creator named Demi Martin, and she has 14,000 subscribers thanks to one of you who recommended her to me. So let's go. Get your sweat on. A moment for the outfit, please. It's so fun. I just love it. Okay, let's go. So first up was Demi Martin, and this was my Sunday workout. And I realized as I was doing this particular workout channel that this is more of a HIIT style of training. I did do a dumbbell workout, but it really was more of a HIIT style training type of workout. And as I examined her body of work, I realized that that is primarily the kind of content that she posts. So if you are somebody looking for HIIT style training, then this is a good option for you from a YouTube channel standpoint. This is not going to be your traditional strength training workouts like the rest of these YouTube videos are that I'm going to be mentioning to you today. But if you're one of those people who is looking to incorporate some HIIT or, some high intensity cardio into your regimen, I don't recommend high intensity cardio as your only form of exercise, but any exercise is better than no exercise. So if you're only going to do high intensity or you're not going to do anything, then sure, do the high intensity because some workout is better than no workout. But I do suggest proceeding with caution because doing high intensity extremely often can make it A, not as effective for you, but also B, it just increases your cortisol levels because it puts a lot more stress and strain on the body than some of the other types of workout styles. And so it may not get you the results that you want to see if you are looking to build muscle and tone out. However, as I said, if that's your vibe, if that's what you want to do, great, I'm all for it. Now, I accidentally broke my own rule here because as I was examining her body of work, that sounds weird to say, but as I was examining her body of work, I realized that she hadn't posted in 9 months. And so then I, meander on over to her Instagram account only to discover that she is like essentially 9 months pregnant. So that would explain why she hasn't been posting in 9 months because she probably didn't feel comfortable posting during her pregnancy, which makes a whole lot of sense. So congratulations to you. I don't think you're watching this video, but if you happen to be watching, congratulations, Debbie, on your little dude or dudette. So anyway, so she isn't actively posting right now, but hopefully she will get back to posting. And like I said, I sort of violated my own rule by accident, but I do think there is good quality of body of work there. So there's plenty for you to do if you're just finding her to wait for her return. And like I said, this wouldn't be something I would recommend you do every single day of the week anyway. And these are all pretty much standalone workouts. I didn't see any programs on her YouTube channel, which I think is probably a good thing because like I said, I don't know that necessarily doing a full-blown HIIT program would be the right move for people for the most part. So anyway, Demi Martin, great. I would give her videos a 4 out of 5. The audio quality is not like super. It's a little echoey, but I don't want to give people too hard of a time on that sort of thing because I feel like it's like, especially with YouTube workouts in particular, I have tried to make those myself. I've only made one. And they really are hard to set up and they're hard to get the quality of like the audio quality right. So I'm not like deducting points for that, but it is something that I noticed compared to the other creators that we're going to talk about today who had a little bit more of a sophisticated setup in terms of their workouts. All right, friends, that was definitely more HIIT cardio than I was expecting. My Whoop says 7.9. I opted when I looked at it to not like put it in like I normally would for strength trainer because it didn't look like the appropriate kind of workout. But I'm going to study your library and all that before I give a rating. So workout 1 is done. Catch you tomorrow. Hey guys, if you are finding this video useful or helpful in some way, would you do me a huge favor and give this video a thumbs up? It just lets YouTube know that this is a useful and helpful video so that it will share it out to other people who are as enthusiastic as working out online as we are. Thank you for doing that if you took the time to do that. I appreciate you. Well, good morning. How are we today? Let's not talk about the lighting or my appearance, please. Today is Jasper McDermott. I believe that's how you say it. Don't quote me. So let's get started. I gotta get going. It's like 6 a.m., so that's why I look like this, Okay, let's go. So Jasper McDermott, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right. Please forgive me, Jasper. He has 3.1K subscribers, so 3,000 subscribers and some change. We're close in channel size. And if I'm being perfectly honest with you, I have no idea how this man doesn't have more subscribers. He is a fitness and nutrition coach. According to his bio, he's a certified trainer and a nutrition coach. And I'll be honest, I genuinely do not know how or why this man does not have more subscribers. I really don't. He does talk during his videos, and he has a bit of like a sarcastic humor to him that I think is sort of like funny and entertaining. But I know that's not for everyone. I know the people that primarily follow me like Caroline German, which means you don't really care for talking. But for the Sydney Cummings fans and stuff like that, it's more sort of that type, but with a little bit of like jest and camaraderie in there that I just find funny and entertaining. And I also like that he does explain some of the movements occasionally if there is some sort of explanation that would make a movement more useful or more helpful in some way. He's going to add that into the conversation with you as you guys are training together, which is really what it feels like. It kind of feels like he's in your living room or in your workout room with you, kind of walking you through the workout and motivating you and kind of talking through it with you. So I really enjoy that about him. Like I said, he's got really high quality workouts. And I do notice that most of his are programs. They seem to be shorter programs for the most part, 4 to 6 weeks, nothing super long or intricate, and he does include a fair amount of mobility in both the warm up and the cool down function. Like he has a pretty lengthy warm up and cool down in order to make sure that you are adequately mobile, which I think is a good thing. I could use to do more of that than I do, but overall, I do think those videos are super high quality. They're easy to follow on the screen. And I just, I really don't have anything bad to say about his workouts. I've got my notes here in case you're wondering because my memory is crap. So, but I really enjoyed this workout. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. So I would definitely recommend Jasper to you. If you haven't checked him out already, you should go give him a watch. Camper battery stop because of course it did. Hi friends, that was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. Weirdly, I have like unsure expectations, as probably many of you do when you're like testing out people you don't know. So I was very, excuse me, very, very pleasantly surprised by that one. So, yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Bye. Well, good morning. Day 3. Chris and Edie is the channel of the day. 34-ish thousand subscribers. One I've never tried before. So let's get started. I'm running short on time today. My watch died overnight, so I can't look at the time, but I know I'm running behind. And this shirt always looks weird, and I do not know why. All right, not relevant. Let's go. So Chris and Edie are a married couple who train together, which I thought is just really very adorable. They both seem to have a personal training background according to their bios, and I like that they work out together. I think that is really fun and cute. There is a little bit of talking in the front end of their videos, but not very much. Most of what you're going to see throughout the video is going to be music playing in overlay with the workout that they're going to have for you. So if you are a person who likes someone who talks you through your workouts and movements, you're not really going to get so much of that with Chris and Edie. They do have 34.7 thousand subscribers, and they are kind of known seeming like for their what they call build series, which is what they have the most of on their YouTube channel is these build series. But they also do have individual workouts as well as the programs. As I've said in the past, regardless of who you're working out with, I think having a program and having a plan is important and following said program and plan. And when I started using a program, for me, it was mostly with Caroline Gervin, but I noticed that I had better results when I was following an actual plan, an actual program, rather than just picking and choosing the workouts that I wanted to do when I wanted to do them. And so I think when you're looking for somebody on YouTube, finding somebody and following a whole program all the way through is a good idea, especially if you're looking to get certain results or you're trying to build muscle. then the program route is the right way to go. And like I said, theirs is the build series primarily. They do also create individual workouts as well, though. In the workouts, you're going to get a warm up and a cool down, as well as whatever the training block is for the day. Like I said, for all of these, I picked a full body strength training workout to the best of my abilities, and I really did enjoy the overall quality of their workouts. I thought they were very nicely done, and I did enjoy them. They are primarily, again, a strength training channel. So, again, if that's what you're looking for, but that's most of what I'm going to share with you today. Mostly talking, like I said, not a whole, mostly, mostly music, not a lot of talking. And I would give their videos a 5 out of 5 for sure. They were a great YouTube channel. I would definitely do their workouts again. And I think it's cool to see sort of them working out together and seeing what it can look like, with two different people. And so, this could be a good opportunity to grab your partner and you guys, work out together. I think that would be cute and fun. Today, my friends, my Peach Band's medium is RIP. Anyway, that was a fun workout. I enjoyed the banded abs. I think you missed most of it because I think my camera cut me off because I ran out of storage. But I enjoyed it. I probably should have gone a little heavier, but overall I did enjoy the workout. Again, just like with the others, I'm going to check out their programming, watch some other videos, things like that, and circle back a little later. But day 3 is in the books, and I'll see you tomorrow. Wonder who we should do next. Of course, by this time, I will know. Bye, friends. See you tomorrow. Okay, friends, let's go. Working out a little later today. Just kind of swap some things around in my schedule. So we're working out a little later today. And working out with Ariana Active. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly. Programming this, I'm pretty excited. I feel optimistic about today's workout. And one of you kindly suggested this YouTube channel to me, so thank you for that. If you left this comment, I will try to put your little comment on the screen. Hopefully that's okay. And if you're thinking, well, Alexandria, I want you to review somebody that I like, or me, if you create this kind of content, make sure you drop a comment in this video, in the comment section. My brain is not working. The comment section of this video, if there are other channels you want me to look at in this sort of way. So let's get started with Ariana Active. I am excited. Okay, let's go. So Ariana Active. Okay, thank you to whoever suggested this YouTube channel to me. Wow, just wow. She is phenomenal. Another one, she has 4,000 subscribers. And again, this is another YouTube channel where I'm like, how does this person not have more subscribers? Like, why do more people not know about this YouTube channel? I do not understand. She's fantastic. She is also a personal trainer, according to her bio. And her videos are more, Gervinator-esque in that they are more music, less talking through her workout videos. I felt like her videos were, very easy to follow along with. They're very straightforward, clear. She has a really cool setup. Her studio is really cool. I did go and I did notice, because I subscribed to her, that she posted that her studio got flooded for some reason, something about some sort of bad storm, and that her studio got flooded, which I'm really sorry to hear. I hate that for her. So hopefully she'll be able to start posting content again soon, because it's really good stuff. Again, this is also one where you're going to get a warm up and a cool down with each video. So if you're the kind of person who likes, the individualized warm-ups, we've talked about this before. I feel like I talk about warm-ups a weird about, because I'm one of those people that I don't really like for them to include a warm-up. I just want to get to the point. I want to warm up before I start the video. But that's a personal preference thing. I think probably most people benefit from having a warm-up to start the video so they don't forget, because nobody needs to get hurt, right? We getting old, y'all. We don't need to be hurting ourselves because we didn't warm up, okay? But yeah, so she also does like series and things like that as well on her YouTube channel that you can follow along with, and just genuinely, truly, really great stuff on there, guys. Really, really quality stuff, kind of giving me, like, if you're a Gervinator, iron vibes on YouTube. So whoever suggested that I go check her YouTube channel out, you were absolutely right. She is an absolute gem, and maybe my very favorite of all of these, which is hard to say because, this is a Hidden Gems video after all. So really, really great stuff. Hello. Glad I have this box here. Man, y'all. Whew. Wow, I'm very impressed. That was a great workout. I like the fact that it felt very, hope the audio is okay. I felt like that was a very like beginner friendly in like the simplisticness of it. Like I don't mean that like in a shady way at all. I just mean that like it's very like straightforward in terms of the programming, but you still get a good workout and it gives you the opportunity to kind of push your own limits. It kind of reminded me of some of the stuff from Iron, if you're a Gervinator, like Iron style, or like some of the Sydney Cummings strength training workouts, similar vibe. So wow, really impressed. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna give anybody a rating until I go through their like library and look around a little bit before I make my final judgments, but I'm really impressed. So far so good. So Ariana, if you're watching, wow, great stuff. Not that you need my approval, you certainly absolutely do not, but it's great stuff. So all right, that's gonna do it for now. I'm gonna go shower and change and move on with my life, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Oh, good morning. I'm sore. All right, our last day of the challenge. I'm working out with Devo. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Deyvo Fit, a channel that I found. So let's get started. I'm running behind, so I got to move it. Okay. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. It's Deyo Fit. Sorry about that. It'll all be linked anyway. But so today's workout, I left feeling. So let me back up. If you had asked me 4 years ago about the workout I just did, I would have been like, wow, that was amazing. I loved it. That was like the best workout, because those are the kind of workouts that I really enjoyed. But the problem and the thing that I'm learning from doing this and reading as much as I do and studying this stuff as much as I do for a long time is that I know that that's not the most effective way to train. And so please don't, I'm not throwing any hate to anybody who's creating this content. I think any fitness is better than no fitness. I'll say that 100 times over. I'll just say that, and I'm going to study his library a little further, as I said I would. But for this particular workout, he does that thing where he's using compound movements, but he's targeting completely different muscles in the body. So it puts you in the position of either having to go too heavy in one body part or go too light in the other. So for example, there was like a squat with like the lunges with the bicep curl. Well, like realistically for me, when I do a traditional bicep curl, I'm using 30-pound weights. But when I do a lunge, I'm using nearly 70 pounds. So, you know, that's a very large difference. So it doesn't, to me, make sense to use a lunge and then do the bicep curl when you could just separately target them. It's not necessary to make them compound. Anyway, all that to say that this was not necessarily my favorite workout. But again, it's not a shade to this particular creator. It's just, for me, I know that that's not the most effective way to train. But if you love this way, you know, that's great. Like I said, something you'll do consistently is better than nothing at all. So if this is what you got, if this is what you like, you know, I'm not hating on that. I'm just making an observation that it's not the most effective way to train. So, all right, friends, I'm going to circle back. I'm going to study all these libraries. I'm going to get back with you, and I will see you guys very soon. Although I'll be at my chair over there, looking not like this, hopefully. Okay, bye, friends. The last is Dio Fit, and this is the YouTube channel I said that if I hadn't checked out his body of work, I might would have made a slightly different recommendation. I'm posting the information, like my reaction before this probably, so you're going to see what I thought of the workout like right after the fact, and I'll try not to repeat myself. But you know, when I did this originally, the video that I chose happened to be like a more hit cardio style and sort of did that thing they like to do in Instagram land where they like overcomplicate movements that don't need to be overcomplicated for the sake of workouts. But after studying his body of work and looking through his YouTube channel, most of his workouts actually aren't like that. They're just like a handful. And again, there's nothing wrong with doing that every so often. You just want to make sure that you are still targeting those muscle groups on an arm day, on a leg day, on a glute day, etc. And not just using those compound movements like a squat to press and things like that. Again, there's a place and time for those. Those are great too. You just don't want to be doing those exclusively necessarily if you're trying to build muscle. It's just not the most effective way to build your muscle. Again, high heart rate doesn't necessarily always mean better workout in that regard. But after looking at his other videos, I did see that that was just a handful of videos, but he does offer some, you know, regular, for lack of a better word, some regular strength training primarily as the way that he functions for his workouts. I'm rambling, sorry. He does primarily use traditional strength training for his workouts. And again, just really good quality stuff. Low talking in this one. I'm not sure. I feel like that's an AI voice that's talking. Maybe he just has a little bit more of like a robotic esque voice. I don't want to be insulting. I don't mean to be. I just couldn't quite tell in his like little intro. But and I don't love that. Like I like the personability of it. He has 4.63 thousand subscribers, so again, about 4,000 subscribers as well. But from reviewing his channel, though, I do like him. I think he seems to have good quality workouts, and I would recommend him. I would give him like a 4.5 out of 5 in terms of just overall likability, programmability, all those sort of things. So these are 5 channels, though, I absolutely recommend to you. If one of them sounds good to you, I would absolutely recommend going and giving them a follow. And let me know, what channels would you like me to assess next? Some ones that you really love, or some ones you're just curious about to know if they're good or not, because we could certainly do that in a future video. And until next time, bye, friends.